Hey guys, it's me. I have something very serious to talk about. Um, I have been beating around the bush, not wanting to talk about it. But there have been some things happening. If someone believes in what I'm going to say, please feel free to message me or contact me by email or something. I'll leave an email on the bottom. For the past, I want to say since 2009, so for the past few years, I have been dealing with some paranormal stuff happening. In 2009 was the first time this has ever happened. I have been possessed. First time I was getting choked, I felt pressure right here, so I couldn't breathe, and I kept coughing and all of that, and I wasn't able to walk. I remember seeing two shadow figures walking toward the door, and it freaked me out, so I started yelling, close the door, because someone was coming. So they closed the door, and the two shadow figures were gone, but they were it looked like people walking towards the door, but I knew it wasn't people because I didn't hear any talking or actual walking. And then after that, all kinds of stuff started happening here at my house. I have seen dark shadow figures walking around in my house, hurting and tormenting me. One time I came home and I saw a dark shadow figure in the hallway, and I got scared, and I jumped back because I was like, what the hell? And my dad saw nothing, so I was like, okay, so I just continued to walk. The last two times I got possessed, second to last was when I was with my ex-boyfriend Drew, my best friend Heather, who's like a sister to me. She's been here for me through all of this already, and her boyfriend's dad, and we were walking down the street, and I guess I decided to walk away from them and told them that I needed to be alone, when all I remember was after we left the house was someone's following me, this isn't going to be good. And I left them when they were talking to his dad, and I just stood on a corner by myself for about a half hour or something, and I don't remember anything that happened. They had told me everything I'm about to tell you is what they told me. They walked towards me, and they're just like, Sierra, let's go. Are you okay? And I guess I looked at them, and I was all, yeah, I'm fine. And I told them I just needed to be alone. So they tried getting me to go with them, but instead I ran across the street, not caring about cars or where they were at or if they were coming or anything like that. I just ran, and then when I got into the street, I almost fell. And they said that when they came into the school, yeah, we were in a school, and there was a little playground inside. When they came into the school, they had seen me sitting down on a bench by myself, and I looked really upset. And they came up to me, and they sat down at the bench, and I just took off my glasses and threw them. So I was really pissed off. Don't know why. They said that they called my friend Jen, and they were asking her, what do we do? She said, take her back to our friend's house. And so my ex-boyfriend Drew was like, okay. And so he told me, he's all, Sarah, we gotta go back to his house. And I got mad and I didn't want to go. He said I got up angrily, walking really freaking fast to the grass. And he said while I was walking, he had a chase after me, and when he was trying to pull me back, I was fighting him with extreme force as if I didn't want to go. And he said that I'm normally 5'2", So he said that when he grabbed me, I was taller, I had long brown hair, my eyes, including the white part, were all black, so it was something evil. And it was really creepy. And sorry, the sun went away. And we I was fighting him, and then I finally gave up and fell, and I smacked my head pretty hard on the pavement. And I just laid there like I didn't want to move. And he was just asking if I was okay, and then Heather came up to me and kept asking if I was okay. Finally, I said, like, I need to be alone. I can't be around you guys right now. I need to be alone. I can't do this. So I got up and I walked toward a wooden wall. Out of nowhere, there was just a wooden wall on the playground. And I sat there, and they said that they were asking me questions, and when I looked at them, they would feel like extreme pain, like a sharp pain, because my look was that evil, I guess. And sorry, that's really hard to talk about. And so when they were trying to talk to me, I looked at them and they said my voice was completely different. Like, they knew it wasn't me because of my voice. And they kept asking me questions like, what do you want with her? Why are you doing this to her? Don't be hurting her, and all this stuff. And then out of nowhere, they said that they had told me that I said, my father's calling me. And then Drew decides to say, well, go to your father, just don't bring her with you. And she got mad, and I guess socked the cement wall pretty hard to where I could have broken my hand. And when I came to, I was crying. I didn't know what had happened, and my hand was completely fine. And he told me that I hit the wooden wall pretty freaking hard. So I was really scared. I started panicking. I called my mom. I didn't know what to do. I told my mom what had happened, and she normally doesn't believe in this stuff until after I told her. And when we were going home, I made Heather spend the night with me because I was scared to sleep in this room by myself. So on our way home, she happened to get possessed by the same thing in the car. And when she looked at me, she wasn't herself. And we had to pull over on the freeway to make sure she was okay. Drew got out where there were all kinds of cars coming to run to the side of her to make sure she was okay, and started talking to her and all this. And turns out she was fine. Afterwards, we pulled off. We went into the Eastridge parking lot, which is a mall here in San Jose, to make sure she was okay. And as that night went on, just things got worse and worse and worse. And then the last time it had happened, I was talking to one of my used to be friends, Tony, and he was telling me that he'll help me with all of this. So he told me that he was going to take me to a church. Well, the night before he took me to church, which was a Christian church, we had me, Drew, Heather, her boyfriend Jeremy, and a group of their friends were all at the park. Jeremy, Drew, and their friends were like on the side smoking. Heather and I were sitting on the swings, and I remember clearly, like, I felt something, so I stopped swinging, and it kept going like this for 10 minutes without me moving, and it didn't stop. It just kept going. So I started getting scared, and I looked at Heather, and I was all, Heather, there's something here. Have you noticed that my swing hasn't stopped for like 10 minutes? And she's all, come to think of it, yeah, I do. And so I was like, we need to go on the playground. My boyfriend Drew, he was asking if I was okay, and she kept telling him, yeah, she's fine. So him and his friends went to 7-Eleven across the street. And as soon as they left, my body had went limp. I had nothing to control my own body. It was weird. Like, she would pick up my hand, and my hand would just go, and then fall back down. and my head was like sitting up on a pole, and then out of nowhere you just see me go poof, and just like fall on the playground. So she opened up my eyes, and the white part of my eyes were red, like they were pitch red. So she got scared. She called Drew, and he came back running toward me, and they kept asking, like, are you okay, are you okay? And they did say that I answered to Emily, a little girl named Emily. They said that I answered to Emily, and I started talking in her, like, in a little girl's voice. So they were just like freaking out. And then after that, it felt like I was sleeping. Like, they got scared, so they picked up my body and they put me on the grass. And all I remember was I was flying, and I got to see my grandpa again, who had died in 2003. So I had a dream that I was with my grandpa, and they said that while I was on the grass, they said that my heartbeat was going faint. They could barely feel my heartbeat. They said, Drew had his hand right here, and he said that he could barely feel me breathing. And they said that the longer that they felt, the more faint both of them were getting. And they said, and when I had gone to the church the next day, I told them this, they said that I came to them just in time, because if I wouldn't have gone and this would have happened again, I could have died, possibly. So I went to a Christian church. They set me down on a chair, they put their hands on me, and they all started praying for me, and they told me to let God into my life so I could be like one of God's children. And I'm thinking, yeah, I already let him in. Like, I know I'm one of his children. I already let him in. I approve of him. Like, all of this stuff. And then I felt evil behind me. So I got scared. Tony ran up behind me, put his hand on my back. And another girl put her hand on my back. And they just all started praying. And I just started crying, especially at the fact that I could have died that night. It's been gone since, but my friend Heather and I recently got a free tour at the Winchester Mystery House, and since then we haven't been feeling like ourselves. Me and her both have woken up from a dead cold sleep, like in the middle of the night, and it would, in my dream, I don't know about hers, but in my dream, I was being hurt. I was getting hurt. And usually when you get hit or hurt, you wake up. I didn't wake up. So I was getting hurt. I was getting tormented. It was right when I had that dream, I felt evil. And all I could see was just a dark shadow figure. And usually when you have those type of dreams, you can see if it's a spirit because it'll show itself. No, not this one. This one was an actual demon, I believe. And I recently did some research on the Winchester Mystery House, and this show called Ghost Adventures went there. And there's a part at the Winchester when it's like a zigzag, and at the beginning of the show they had brought them there, and they should, like, this guy showed him like how it's a different type of energy, and it gets you dizzy or something like that. And I remember looking at Heather before I watched the show, way before I watched the show, and we were on the stairs. I felt dizzy, like I felt the energy change, so it was really creepy. It freaked me out. And while I was watching this show, they had opened up a portal inside the Winchester Mystery House, basically letting demons and spirits, whatever, go into the house, like, freely. And so what me and her are thinking is that a demon followed us home. For the past week, I have not been myself. And at the end of the show, actually, there's a girl in the background, because they had like a webcam. There's one person here and one person here, and the person here had like two people in the front and one person in the back. And they showed the girl in the back at the end of the show, and she just sat there and she went to nothing. She just waved at nothing. And they had recorded a conversation they had with a priest saying signs of demonic possession. You have major mood swings. No matter if you're a guy or girl, you have major mood swings. You have complete hate and anger toward one person, and you wake up from a cold sleep. For the past week, I've had that, and I'm sorry this might be a little too much information, but I had just gotten off my time in the month, so it's like, there's no excuse for me to be having these mood swings. Like, no excuse. And I would have hate towards one person to where I've never hated someone so much, I wanted to physically hurt them. And I'm speechless from it. And I would keep waking up from a cold sleep almost every night, scared. And I recently tried going to a Catholic church, talking to a priest because I'm Catholic. And in my belief, Catholics come from Rome, and they go to Rome to study exorcisms and all of this stuff about spirits. So I've been trying to contact a priest or pastor to help me with this because I'm sick of it. I'm done with it. Like, it's unbelievable how scared I am right now. I don't even feel safe in my own home. I don't feel safe anywhere I go. I feel evil everywhere I go. So, with the reason why I made this video, if there's anyone out there that knows what I'm going through or knows anyone that can help, or if you are someone that can help, please contact me like right away because I'm tired of this. I want this to be gone. I want this to be gone. I want to live my life normally like everyone else instead of having to deal with all this demonic possessions or demons or spirits or paranormal. So I will leave information at the bottom for you to contact me. If you feel like you can help, please let me know because I'm done with this. I'm done being scared. So please contact me. Thank you.